that spot, I was there. There's my place called there. And somebody snatched me out of the bed, threw me up against the wall, said, cut on the light. I cut on the light, then it's my godmother again.
Oh, God.
This lady terrible. I'm telling you right now. So if anybody had a reason to not forgive anybody, it was me. Because at that point, I'm innocent. I can't defend myself. I'm a child. So she begins to literally beat on me. Then, after she beats on me, she takes me out and starts asking me again about my sister. So you ask that? They do nothing. So after a few minutes of that, she's like, I'm going to ask you one more time. If you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to do such, such, such to you. And I'm like, well, I don't want that to happen again. It's clearly I just last minute and beat on me. So I say I did. I did. I don't even know what to say I did. I'm so ignorant. How can I put this in a very nice way? There's no nice way. I'm 10. I don't even know what vagina looks like. I'm like literally that oblivious to life in female gender altogether. Every girl I liked didn't like me because I cried all the time. I'm oblivious. When I'm not exploring none of that foolishness, I was a chubby crack baby. Stonewashed jeans. Now, I remember the one picture I seen of me when I was 10. I had stonewashed jeans. I was chubby, had a sweatshirt on, and a box with a ponytail in the back.
You would have had a ponytail.
No.
I had like the little rat tail. The ball.
I had the rat tail.
Sometimes it was a rat tail because my hair kind of straight. So my mom was like, you know, right up the door. I'm telling you what I know.
No, yeah.
So I was never real cool or never really in. I might get one decent pair of shoes. You know, like I got some Reebok pumps when they was hot. But my mother would never let me get like designs cut in my head. So I could never really be like really cool. And I was never like really whack. So
Average.
that's neither here nor there. I was average. So I don't know what to say I did to my sister. They're like, what did you do? What did you do? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you what I did. I don't know. So we started literally playing fill in the blanks. I was playing fill in the blanks. My mother's in the kitchen. We have a townhouse. We're in the townhouse. And she started flipping out. She's like threatening to kill me and all this kind of crazy forces. My mother told her she teach special ed. This would be easier to understand if she was like, alcoholic or something. But she wasn't. Didn't do any drugs, didn't drink, didn't smoke. But her temper was off the chains. And she was like threatening to kill me and all that stuff in the kitchen. Now mind you, if you can spend 8 hours a day teaching special education children and have that job for all like 10 years, and you can't control yourself, that's a problem. But society promotes that. If you're good at your job, we're not overly concerned with your personal life as long as it doesn't affect your work. You have a whole bunch of people who perfect their perfections or their professions and never perfect their character. And they can run multi-billion-dollar companies but can't keep a marriage. But you got a daughter that's strung out on crack and you like a billionaire. And you can't pay to get her off drugs. It's things that I experienced. So as you pursue life, pursue character and integrity. Because those will keep you longer than the job. I promise you they will. So, push comes to shove. Then my other understander. There was one kitchen, the other one in the kitchen, my godmother, and my mom. So it's 4 women at the house and one 10-year-old boy. My other aunt grabbed me, snatched me up, throws me across the table. Like literally, like I go, shoo, all the way to the other side. Clothes ripped up, everything. They called the police. 10 years old, the police come pick me up. Now my question is, nobody ever comes to question why I look the way I look. That's why I say God took me out of that environment for a reason. I don't understand. I wouldn't say I would have agreed with his methods at that time. But that's what he did. Because the police never questioned that. So 10 years old, terrified for my life. My mom did at one point, my aunt worked at this place called The Pines. It's a residential treatment center. They have a campus, both of them in Portsmouth. I think I went to Virginia Beach. And the one in Crawford, Portsmouth, actually not too far from our church, is for violent offenders. That campus is locked down. They don't never go out. Then they have one on Portsmouth Boulevard called the Brighton campus. That's for sexual offenders. And it's an open campus. You can go outside and do stuff. It's not open like they can just do whatever, but they have more freedom than the violent offenders. So my aunt worked there, my godmother worked there. And as I'm leaving out the house, She whispered, I was so sick, I'm not telling y'all, I'm not making this up, couldn't make this up if I tried. She whispers in my ear, they're going to take you to the pounds and they're going to do you up your butt as I'm walking out the door.
Oh no.
That is malicious hatred. That is the devil.
Oh gee.
So, 10 years old, that is the last words I hear leaving my mother's house. I did not live with my mother again until I was 23 years old.
That's crazy.
So, in the police car, I'm in the police car terrified. They say, are you taking me to the pines? Police don't say anything. I fall asleep, I've been crying for who knows how long. Wake up, I'm at a detention center for juvenile. Now most juveniles in detention centers are around 15, 16, 14 years old. I'm 10. I was in there for 3 months. And understand that in the worst of worst circumstances, if the hand of God is on your life, it's on your life. It doesn't come off because your situation got bad. Because the thing is, as bad as it is, it could be worse. The evidence is, I was 10. I couldn't defend myself to save my life in there. I was 15, 16 years old. But for some reason, it was like this one random dude. I never forget his name. His name was Bone. He was in there for murder. And he just liked me. So he never let anybody bother me. He knew he was going to jail. No questions about it. He shot the dude in the back with a shotgun.
Oh no.
And for some reason, he just decided that I was all right. Don't know why. Saw stuff in there. Should have jacked me up for the rest of my life. I saw a dude try to slit his wrist with a screwdriver. With a screw. Like literally straight. I mean, these are things I saw. I'm 10 years old, and I'm watching somebody get carried out, holding both of them, blood everywhere. And he tried to kill himself. Some crazy white boy. And that's the only way I can put it. I've seen, like stories in Oz where the dude be standing in line and all of a sudden somebody just start beating on him. And I'm 10. So I don't know how to process all this stuff. And I'm still becoming who I am. So I'm not sure about who I am. I don't know. All I have is what I see. So I go from there, been there 3 months, and I go to the pines. Go to the pines, end up there for 2 years. Now, if you're in the place with crazy people, whether you're crazy or not, you're going to start questioning whether or not you're crazy.
Yeah.
Thing was, I wasn't crazy. Nobody ever treated me crazy. I was the only kid in the whole thing that I knew of that was not on medication. Never took any. Never needed any. The favor of God was still on me. I had so much favor to the point where, they have level system. Always got to the highest level. No problem. But you can be so deceived by the situation and the people you're around that you begin to try to be like what you're around. And I think that's what happened to a lot of us. We always felt different, but because everybody else around us was the same, we started trying to be like the same. Everybody else. Me, when I was 10, not on medication, only kid not on medication, because I felt like something was wrong with me because I wasn't on medication, I would go to the nurse every day and say I have a headache. And she would give me an Advil. Every day. Same time. Because I just wanted to belong. It doesn't seem normal if you're on the outside, but if you're on the inside, the definition of normal changes depending on where you are. And you got to understand that as you meet people in life, the reason that they act the way they act is because that might have been normal in the environment that they came from. It might have been normal to be condescending and negative all the time. Take that into consideration before you just start getting mad. And lashing out at people. Some people have the questions that they have because they don't know what else to ask. I mean, that's just reality. So, I'm on all these places. My mother comes to visit me. She's seen me on a consistent basis, but as long as I stay in the pines, unless she comes to visit. All this time, I'm under the guise in the belief that I'm going back home at some point. Now, when my dad left home when I was 9, 10 years old, I would not see him again until I was 19. So, I know what it's like to live life without a father. That ain't broke. When I ran into him, when I got back in touch with him when I was 19, he was making $85,000 a year. He never had any reason that he couldn't afford to see me or take care of me. Made a decision. Add to that this. My mother, remember, I said she had 11 brothers and sisters. Do you know from 10 years old when I left to 17, none of them called, wrote, or tried to contact me. It was like I disappeared off the face of the earth. My life is a testament to the scripture that when your mother and your father forsake you, then the Lord will take you up. And sometimes he lets them forsake you just so he can have you. And what we do is we look so much at what we lost that we never see what we got. Now when I was 10, I didn't know better because nobody ever told me that. I had to figure that out until I was like 23. I was like, oh crap.